Bryson DeChambeau playing in the Masters for the first time. He rolled in the birdie on 18 to cap off his week. DeChambeau is expected to turn pro next week, was within one shot of the lead on Friday, finished 5 over par, which was good enough to be the low amateur. As Bryson DeChambeau ends his career at SMU, Daniel Connolly is about to begin his, and he'll head to Dallas in the fall with a bit of decoration.
It's very humbling to be in that company, and it's an honor to be on the same trophy as them. I'm almost embarrassed to be on the same trophy as them to an extent.
In San Francisco, 18-year-old Daniel Connolly has equal footing with legendary golfer Ken Venturi.
I'd say it's more so been recently, within this last year, that I've cultivated more of a belief in myself.
That belief kicked into overdrive last month when the Stewart Hall Sr. won the San Francisco City Championship. Guys like Tom Watson and Johnny Miller attempted and failed long ago. On this day, conditions were a little different than when he won on the 35th hole at Harding Park, celebrating in the driving rain even before the birdie putt dropped.
I knew I'd have a tap in for a par, and so I started celebrating, and I looked up and it just happened to drop. So it was kind of a nice accident, to be honest. Many of the texts and whatnot after it were from a couple of my buddies saying, "How did you know it was going in?" And I responded, "I didn't."
I didn't celebrate. I never celebrate and jinx something like that.
Martin Connolly was on the bag when his son filled the cup at Harding Park last month. Filling cups is what Martin does best.
Isn't that a beautiful sight?
The owner of Johnny Foley's Irish House in San Francisco and friends with three-time major champion Padraig Harrington, the bar has become an oasis for the PGA Tour.
A lot of the European guys, when they're in town, the caddies are always in here because, as you know, caddies like to have an occasional adult beverage.
Padraig's been, just the family in general have been so good to us, and Padraig is so supportive of me, always texting me before tournaments and after.
To have encouragement from a three-time major winner is off the charts good. How does it get any better than that?
Daniel's potential has the imagination of the Irish community. Martin, a decent player in his own right, started Daniel young.
One of my first memories of golf with my dad was we were playing out at Golden Gate Park when I was 5 or 6. And there's a downhill par 3, and I missed the green left, and I actually sculled my chip, but it hit the dead center of the pin and it dropped in for a birdie, which was my first birdie ever.
Today, birdies are a regular occurrence for the Connolly family, and Martin remembers the day Daniel had a few more.
And I think it was out at Harding, at the Fleming course actually, and I think he was about maybe 11 or 12 years old, and he beat me like a rented mule that day and never let me forget about it after that. So.
Martin Connolly, local legend down there at Johnny Foley's, if you ever need a cold one. But it's a great story because, as you know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree in the Connolly family.
Yeah, Martin and his son Daniel won the World Father and Son Championship in Ireland just a few years ago. And great family, know them well, and was out there the day that he won in the rain. And great play. They really played great. They're under par for the 35 holes that they played in the finals in the rain out there.
That was the 100th, right? So
the 100th anniversary,
yeah.
And really a great celebration. We had a nice dinner that you attended and did a little spot on the news out there. Appreciate that very much. So it was really a great championship.
How good is Daniel?
I think Daniel's going to be a very good quality. It was interesting when he was 12 or 13, everybody thought, geez, is he a little bit too small to play? But he's had a good growth spurt, and I think, they get him in the gym at SMU and work out a little bit, and he'll get stronger. I think he can be the real deal. And being around these guys like Padraig Harrington, the great family friend as he talked about, he's going to learn a lot from them, and he's not going to be nervous when he gets in situations because he's played with these guys.
Yeah, Stewart Hall produced a good product in Daniel Connolly. Congratulations, and SMU is going to get a next great golfer. Here's a young one, John, huh?
Yep.
He's got a future. These kids got a future. We'll be back to wrap it up on the Par 5 in just a moment.